Greetings, R. Frederick Riddle here with another episode of Christian News and Views. And today we are in episode 150. And this is Friday recap. So it's going to be rather rapid. I got a lot to cover. It's been a busy week. I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but it is going to take a little bit of time, I think. On Monday, I had three items, all of which involved President Trump. So item one was the Supreme Court decision. The court rejected use of 18th century law used to deport illegal immigrants. One example of why the court rejected the use was the way it was applied. In this case, the accused person only had 12 hours to defend themselves. If you've ever dealt with the government on any issue, you know that 12 hours is insufficient time. One lower court judge told the administration to give 21 days, which is far more reasonable than 12 hours. In short, I think the court is saying go back, do your homework, and present a better application of the law. As I have said in the past, I am not a lawyer, so I could be totally out of whack on this, but that's my view as a Christian conservative and observer. The second item was called a stunning setback, and that was a battle between Republicans. This is why, folks, I have on several occasions almost walked away from the Republican Party. When out of power, you can't ask for a better voice, a united front, coherent. They would look at things, they would state their case, and their case would make sense. But when they get in power, they break up in these little cliques, and then they start fighting with one another, even joining the Democrats to get their way. And so what happens? Come midterms, they get kicked out. And so basically, they only have 2 years to get their act together. Item number three, the Russian-Ukraine peace talks. After less than 2 hours of meeting, the talks were over. They did agree to exchange prisoners of war, and that's it. But at least they did have a meeting. They did sit down and look across sort of a U shape. And so one was on one side, one was the other, and they did look at one another more or less in the eyes. But they didn't get a whole lot of accomplishment. But the fact they at least sat down together once is a breakthrough in itself. Step number three was the Ukraine insists on a temporary ceasefire as a first step toward a ceasefire settlement. This is reasonable, but Putin considers reasonable to be unacceptable. Then he resorts to the old children's playground actions, accuse the other side of what you are doing. He wants to press his current advantage, seize as much land as possible, and kill as many Ukrainians people as they can do. He's simply a bully. And so that was for Monday. On Tuesday, let me look at something here for a minute. I want to check something out. That's not it. Let's see. On let's see, that was 19th. Trying to find something here, and it's not showing up. Wait a recap. 146. 147. I want. Oh, here we are. On Tuesday, we had that one discussed the fact that Trump administration did get a win in its battle to deport illegal immigrants, and I broke it down in that. Basically, it was the Supreme Court saying, well, you can do this. You can they removed a block and say you can go ahead and deport, but this thing has to be worked out. But in the meantime, while you're working it out, you can continue to deport people. So that was a major breakthrough for them. And then let's see, that one is, well, that's not what I wanted at all. Oh, this one here, you talked about the Golden Dome. And this is where the Trump administration presented the idea of the Golden Dome, sort of thinking of it like the Iron Dome of Israel. And in that case, you have a conversation, or rather a protective, think of it like an envelope or a dome over the whole United States. And it would be protected, actually, or United States and Canada, because it was involving Canada too. And so it sounds interesting. It sounds intriguing. I think that they could simplify it and do it in phases and get it in place a lot sooner, or at least in part, it'd be in place. So I would just like to see that happen. But like I said, I think you're going to try and, instead of trying to build the whole thing from scratch and build it out, take what you got, put together something that will provide like a phase one, and then move on to phase two and phase three over time. On Thursday, we had Bible Talk. Now, normally I was going to do another one on the book of Revelation, but instead I came across this, I have three Bibles. And what I did is I showed them to you. And then my question was, which one was the right one? Well, the first Bible was a current Bible. The second one was somewhat older, and the third was like 400 years old. It was a copy of it, obviously, but it was a copy of a 400-year-old Bible. All three were King James Version. So which one's accurate? Well, the first Bible had been modernized in the area of spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. The second Bible still had the old spellings and old punctuation, but was easier to read than the oldest Bible. The third, or oldest Bible, was the original King James Version of 1611. This is very hard to read because of the font style, which was fancy, the spelling, and the punctuation. And it was just, you're really hard. I even showed in the Bible Talk, I showed some scriptures and how difficult it looked just to the naked eye. So, but all three are true to the Textus Receptus. All three are true to the Word of God, which I understand as not having punctuation or capitalization. Now, I could be wrong about that. They did have capitalization for the beginning of sentences. But in other words, while all three were slightly different in spelling, punctuation, and capitalization, they were all equal in textual accuracy, the message they were giving out, the doctrine, the whole thing. So that is the whole week in recap. And if you like this channel, be sure to subscribe. So right about there. There. And so you click there, and you subscribe to my channel, TR Independent Books, and you can get access to all my videos, or you can follow me. That's another way of doing it. Either way, when you do those things, I promise that I try in every episode I do to encourage you, to inform you, and to inspire you. Excuse me, to inspire you. And that is what my goal is. Whether I achieve that or not, it's up to you. If you disagree with one of the things I say, you're free to comment, as long as you keep it civil. And so I just thank you for watching. And if you do comment, I'll try to comment back. Either that, or I'll do it in a future episode. You have a great day, and I'll see you in the next week in the next episode.